Please subscribe to help the channel grow. Interest, then vanish. It's become expected. So, women build walls. But a Stoic man, he's different. He doesn't just talk. He follows through with calm, steady presence. He becomes a lighthouse in a stormy sea of inconsistency. Being steadfast doesn't mean being rigid. It means being dependable. You say what you mean what you say, and then you deliver. That's what sets you apart. Start with the little things. If you say, "I'll text you later," mean it. If you promise a call at 8, don't call at 8:05. Be there. These small actions, they send a loud message. I'm not like the rest. I show up. And in a world full of May, that kind of certainty is magnetic. Number 2, confidence, rooted in confidence, rooted in silence. Silence. Let's clear something up. Confidence isn't volume. It's not swagger. It's not boasting about who you are or what you've done. Real confidence is quiet. It's the calm presence of a man who doesn't need applause. A man who doesn't seek permission to be himself. Whether he's winning or getting knocked down, his value stays the same. And that kind of energy, women feel it before you ever speak. They're not drawn to bravado or ego. They're drawn to certainty, to the kind of man who walks into a room not needing to prove anything because he knows who he is. He's made peace with his flaws. He's owned his scars. He doesn't shrink and he doesn't puff up. He just is. And that quiet, I am enough energy that's magnetic. But the key here is this confidence doesn't come from titles or money or how many likes you get. It's built in private. It's born every time you keep a promise to yourself. You said you'd wake up early and you did. You said you'd hit the gym and you went. You said you'd stop chasing validation and you finally meant it. That's how inner strength is built. That's how your voice stops shaking. That's how you stop needing the world to tell you who you are. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. And when you own that, you don't chase attention. You attract respect. Number 3, the magnetic pull. The magnetic pull of ambition, of ambition. A man without direction is like a ship lost at sea, drifting, wandering, hoping the tide takes him somewhere good. But guess what? No one follows a drifting ship, especially not a woman who's looking for strength, purpose, and vision. But when you live with ambition, when your eyes are fixed on the horizon and there's fire in your chest, she feels that without a word, she knows it. Because ambition has a gravity of its own. You don't have to talk about it. You just move with intention. And that motion, that progress, it's electric. Now let's be clear. Ambition isn't about Lamborghinis or some flashy title on a business card. It's not about hustling for status. It's about becoming. It's about waking up every day with a reason to move. It's about refusing to settle for a version of yourself that isn't fully alive. And here's the magic. You don't chase women when you're chasing your mission. You build something real, and she wants to be part of it. Not because you're trying to impress her, but because she sees it in your eyes. You're building a life with depth, with fire, with momentum. So set the goal. Take the first step, then take another. Keep climbing even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. That kind of man, he's not just attractive, he's unforgettable. Number 4, the controlled chaos of the bad boy. Chaos of the bad boy. Let's clear something up right now. It's not that women love jerks. They don't fall for cruelty or chaos. What they're really drawn to is mystery, unpredictability, and a man who owns who he is without apology. That's the energy behind the so-called bad boy. Not the one who disrespects her, but the one who respects himself enough not to chase, beg, or explain his every move. He doesn't hand over his emotional thermostat. He stays grounded, composed. He knows where he's going. And if she wants to come along, great. If not, he's still moving. That's powerful. You don't have to be toxic to carry this energy. You don't have to play games. You just have to stop giving everything away up front. Be authentic. but be a little unpredictable. Keep parts of your world to yourself. You don't owe anyone a full reveal on day one. And trust me, she doesn't want to know your every move. She wants to wonder why, because wondering creates curiosity, and curiosity builds desire. So don't try to control how she feels. Just control how you show up, rooted, calm, unbothered, mysterious like a man with an inner world too deep to fully map. That's the kind of chaos she chooses. Before we dive into hidden female trigger, number 5, we'd like to take a moment to thank you for staying with us halfway through this video journey. In every moment, we can learn and grow, and the fact that you are here listening and reflecting with us is a tremendous gift that I cherish every minute. To help us spread these valuable lessons to even more people, please hit the like and share buttons for this video. Each share is a small, meaningful act, much like the timeless lessons Stoicism offers. Let's continue exploring and embracing these everlasting pieces of wisdom together. Once again, thank you for your continued support. Number 5, scarcity of attention. Here's a hard truth a lot of men don't want to hear. What's easy to get is easy to forget. In today's world, attention is everywhere. Likes, DMs, compliments from strangers. She's never met. It's constant. So much so it starts to feel cheap. And if you're just one more guy flooding her with praise, you blend in fast. But the man who holds back, the man who doesn't rush to validate her, every post, every outfit, every word, he stands out. Not because he's rude, but because he's rare. Women don't value attention that's handed to them for free. They value what they have to earn. So compliment less. Observe more. Let your silence speak louder than forced flattery. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. Let her feel your absence. Let her wonder what you're thinking. Let her notice when your energy isn't there. That's when things shift. That's when she starts reaching out. Not because you manipulated her, but because you reminded her that your attention has weight. And when something has value, it gets treated with care. So ask yourself, is your attention a gift or just another notification number? 6. The pre-selection effect. The pre-selection effect. Here's something most men never realize. Women notice who notices you. It's primal, it's subconscious, it's pre-selection. When other women find you desirable, when you're around confident, attractive, high-value women, it flips a switch in her mind that whispers, he must be valuable. It's not vanity, it's psychology, it's survival instincts baked into attraction, because deep down we all look for cues. If others want you, there's probably a reason. So what do you do with that? You don't fake it. You live it. Be social. Be at ease in rooms filled with strong, radiant women, even as friends. Show that you can connect without chasing, listen without needing, and lead without performing. It tells us something no words ever could. You're comfortable in your skin. You're confident in your energy. And you're selective. You're not a man begging to be chosen. You're a man who chooses carefully. Because when others see value in you, you don't need to convince anyone. You simply walk in it. So, surround yourself with people who elevate your energy. Women will notice. They always do. And when they see you're already respected, already wanted, they'll wonder what it is about you. And that curiosity, that's where attraction begins. Number 7, unapologetic. Unapologetic masculinity. Let's set the record straight. Masculinity is not toxic, but weakness dressed up as power. That's where the damage begins. True masculinity isn't about dominance or noise. It's not puffing your chest or barking orders. It's strength under control. It's the man who doesn't lose himself when life gets loud. It's the one who doesn't crumble when things get hard. the man who doesn't react like a boy, but responds like a king. That's real power. And that is what women feel safe around, because it's not just about protecting her physically. It's about being a steady force in a chaotic world. Someone who holds space when she's emotional. Someone who stands tall when everything else is falling apart. That doesn't come from aggression. It comes from discipline, from knowing your values and living them, from choosing calm over chaos, focus over frenzy, purpose over performance. So no, don't suppress your masculinity. Refine it. Don't shrink to fit a narrative. And don't explode to feel powerful. Just stand rooted. She'll feel it. She'll feel the weight of a man who knows who he is and doesn't need the world's permission to be. That masculinity at its highest level isn't force. It's presence. Number 8, charismatic leadership. Let's talk about something quietly powerful. Leadership. Not the loud, forceful kind. Not control dressed up as confidence. I'm talking about real leadership where calm meets clarity and action follows intention. Women aren't looking to be dominated. They're not waiting for someone to take over their lives, but they are deeply drawn to a man who can lead with purpose, with certainty, and with a grounded sense of direction. Because in a world full of hesitation and passivity, decisiveness is rare. A stoic man doesn't stall. He doesn't play the whatever you want game. He doesn't ask, what do you want to do every time? He decides, he plans with presence, he leads with vision, not ego. Whether it's choosing the restaurant, steering a tough conversation, or making life moves, he leads by knowing where he's going. That doesn't make her feel overpowered. It makes her feel safe because she can relax into the moment, knowing you've got the wheel. Leadership isn't about control, it's about direction. And when a man moves with steady, soulful purpose, everything around him begins to align. So lead with intention, speak with clarity, act with calm conviction. Because when you walk with direction, she'll follow not because she has to, but because she wants to. Number 9, emotional intelligence is a superpower. Emotional intelligence is a superpower. Here's one of the most misunderstood traits of powerful men. Emotional intelligence. It doesn't mean being soft. It doesn't mean being overly sensitive. It means being attuned. Most men, they panic when a woman shows emotion. They shut down, try to fix it, or worse, react emotionally themselves. But a stoic man, he doesn't flinch. He doesn't take her emotions personally. He holds space. He listens, he breathes, he anchors, because he understands she doesn't need you to fix her feelings. She needs to feel seen, safe, heard. When you remain calm while she storms, when you offer empathy without losing your own center, you become the steady rock in her emotional ocean. And that's rare. That's powerful. Emotional intelligence is the strength to sit in discomfort without reacting. It's the wisdom to know when to speak and when silence says more. It's the ability to feel fully without being controlled by those feelings. So don't dismiss this. Cultivate it, refine it, practice it, because in a world full of men who panic under pressure, you'll be the one she turns to. Not just when she's happy, but when it really matters. Number 10. Unshakable. Unshakable, passion. Let's talk about the fire. The thing that keeps you moving when no one's watching. The quiet obsession that makes your eyes light up when you speak. That's passion. It's not loud or performative. It's not something you fake to impress a woman. It's the unshakable drive inside you for music, for movement, for business, for your craft, your faith, your growth. Whatever it is when it's real, it radiates because passion shows something deeper than words ever could. It tells her, you're not just existing, you're alive, you've got direction, you've got purpose, you've got something burning in your soul that doesn't depend on her presence to survive. This is something important you need to remember. She doesn't want to be your reason for living. She wants to be part of a life that's already worth living. She wants to be invited into your world, not handed the weight of being your world. So don't chase passion to impress her. Pursue it because it calls to you, because it wakes you up in the morning and fuels your spirit when life gets heavy. Whether it's your art, your mission, your health, or your purpose, go, Alan. Because when a man burns with quiet passion, she'll feel the heat and she'll want to get closer. Let's bring it all home. This was conclusion. Never about tricks, never about games. It's about understanding her world by mastering your own. Because when you stop chasing and start cultivating who you truly are, you shift everything. You become a man of depth, a man of direction, a man women are drawn to. Not because you ask them to be, but because your presence speaks louder than your words ever could. So if something in this message hit home, if you felt that quiet fire rising inside, you hit that like button. Subscribe for more and drop a comment below that simply says, I lead with wisdom. And always remember this. Your value doesn't come from how many people notice you. It comes from how aligned you are with your purpose, your principles, and your path. Keep walking it, keep building it, and trust this. The right people will feel it. Welcome to Stoic Tips, where love embraces wisdom.